Have you ever felt like you're stuck in patterns that limit your potential? Like no matter how hard you try, something is holding you back. This feeling is more common than you might think. But here's the good news. There's a way to transform your mindset and unlock your full potential. In this video, I'll introduce you to the Lotus Method, a powerful approach that combines ancient wisdom with modern practices to help you reprogram your mind for success. I'll walk you through the essential steps to transform limiting thoughts, create new thought patterns, and reach your full potential. And at the end, I'll reveal the most important secret of the Lotus Method, which can completely change the way you approach life's challenges. So get ready, because what you are going to learn today could be the beginning of a great transformation in your journey to success. 1. Seeing reality. The first step to transformation. Change begins with looking in the mirror and seeing what's really there. The first step of the Lotus Method is to face reality as it is. Often, we are so stuck in our thought patterns that we do not realize how they limit us. Seeing reality means recognizing these patterns without judging them and accepting that they are part of the process of transformation. Imagine your mind is like a dark room. You can't organize anything without first turning on the light. Facing reality is turning on that light and seeing what's disorganized. For example, if you have thoughts like, "I can't do it," or "I'll never do it," it's important to acknowledge them. Accepting that they exist is the first step to starting to change them. Planting new seeds. The power of mental reprogramming. You are not a prisoner of your thoughts. You are the gardener of your mind. Once you've identified your limiting thoughts, it's time to replace them with thoughts that cultivate success and confidence. It's like replanting a garden. You remove the weeds and plant the seeds you want to see grow. The human mind has an incredible power of adaptation. What you repeat over and over ends up becoming your truth. That's why the Lotus Method teaches that reprogramming your mind begins with conscious and consistent affirmations. By intentionally adopting new thoughts, you change the neural patterns that control your behavior. Imagine that you believe, "I will never be successful." This thought, repeated over time, creates an invisible barrier that blocks your actions and results. But now, you decide to plant a new seed. "I am capable of creating the success I desire." At first, this may seem strange, like learning something new. But with repetition, this belief grows stronger and takes root. To strengthen this new mindset, it's essential to use visualizations. Visualizing yourself achieving your goals activates the same areas of your brain that you would use when actually carrying out those actions. In other words, your brain starts to believe what you visualize. Narrative example. Think of a big achievement you want to achieve. It could be a dream job, a harmonious relationship, or even a financial goal. Close your eyes and visualize in as much detail as possible what it will be like to achieve that goal. How do you feel? Who is around you? What are the sounds, colors, sensations? By doing this, you are reinforcing this new mental seed. Reprogramming also involves action. Each time you take action toward what you want, even if it's just a small step, you strengthen the new belief. It's like watering a garden. Without action, the seeds won't grow. Cultivating consistency, the power of daily habits. Success is not something you achieve. It's something you build every day. Now that you've planted new seeds, the next step is to nurture them daily. Consistency is what turns small changes into big results. Think about it. No tree grows strong and robust overnight. It needs sun, water, and time. The same goes for your mindset. Creating consistency means incorporating daily practices that reinforce your new thought patterns. These practices don't have to be complicated. In fact, the key is to start with small, sustainable steps. For example, this could mean setting aside 5 minutes of your day to meditate, write affirmations, or visualize your goals. The important thing is to do these things every day without exception. Repetition is what teaches your brain to create new neural pathways. Each time you repeat a thought, it becomes stronger. It's like reinforcing a track on a road. The more you drive over it, the more defined it becomes. Narrative example. Imagine you want to become more confident. It may be hard to change your thoughts at first, but if you start every day by saying, "I am confident, I am worthy," and then take action on it, even if it's just taking a small step like starting a conversation or accepting a new challenge, that confidence will grow. Small, consistent actions can add up to big changes. Another powerful tool for consistency is your environment. Surround yourself with things that reinforce the mindset you want to build. This could be a motivational quote on your desk, a reminder on your phone, or even a community that shares your goals. Remember, consistency does not mean perfection. Tough days will come, and you may fail to follow through on your practice at some point. That doesn't matter. What matters is getting back on track and continuing to water your seeds. Flourishing despite challenges, turning obstacles into opportunities. Just as the lotus grows in the mud, it is in difficult times that you find your strength. Challenges are inevitable, just as the lotus is born in murky waters and rises to bloom in full sunlight. We too are shaped by adversity. The Lotus Method teaches that obstacles are not barriers, but invitations to growth. When you face challenges, you have two choices. Let them paralyze you or use them as fuel to move forward. Here's the key. What determines the impact of a challenge is not the problem itself, but how you approach it. For example, imagine that you are facing negative criticism at work or in your personal life. The natural reaction might be discouragement or frustration, but what if you use that criticism as a mirror to reflect on? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Challenges also teach us about resilience. They show us that we may fall, but we have the strength to get back up. Each time we overcome an obstacle, we gain confidence and the ability to face the next one with even more clarity. Narrative example. Think about a challenging time you faced in the past. It may have been a time of loss, failure, or uncertainty. Now, look back and ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How did it make me stronger? This reflection is what turns pain into wisdom. Adversity is also an opportunity to practice creativity. When one path is closed, you are challenged to find new ones. Many of history's greatest inventions and achievements have come from moments of crisis. The same can happen in your life. The lotus teaches us that the mud does not define the flower, but it is the soil that nourishes its growth. When you adopt this perspective, no matter how difficult the times, you begin to see possibilities where before there were only obstacles. The secret of the Lotus Method, the power of mindfulness. The reprogrammed mind lives in the present, not in the past or the future. The most transformative secret of the Lotus Method is the practice of mindfulness. Too often, we are consumed by regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. This prevents us from realizing the only moment in which we have real power. The now. Mindfulness is the ability to be completely present, focusing on what is happening here and now without distractions or judgments. It is in this state that you access mental clarity, reduce stress, and make decisions aligned with what really matters. Imagine a turbulent river. When you are distracted by the past or the future, it is like being caught in the current, being swept along without control. But with mindfulness, you become like the lotus floating on the surface, at peace despite the turbulence. Mindfulness is not about avoiding problems, but about facing them with clarity. For example, in a moment of crisis, instead of reacting impulsively, you can take a deep breath, observe the situation objectively, and choose the best course of action. This pause can completely change the outcome. Narrative example. Think about a time when you felt anxious or overwhelmed. Maybe you felt paralyzed or made a decision that you later regretted. Now imagine what it would be like if, in that moment, you had stopped for just a minute, taken a deep breath, and focused on the present. This simple practice can bring instant calm and clarity. Practicing mindfulness can start with something as simple as focusing on your breathing for a minute, noticing your surroundings, or listening to someone with full presence. Small moments of mindfulness, when repeated, create a resilient and focused mindset. Remember, mindfulness is a skill that grows with practice. Every moment you choose to be present strengthens your ability to live with intention rather than just react to circumstances. The path to reprogram your mind and achieve success. Success is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become in the process. The Lotus Method is more than a series of steps. It is a lifestyle, an approach that combines wisdom and practice to transform your mind and, consequently, your reality. You have learned how to see reality without fear, replace limiting beliefs with empowering thoughts, cultivate consistency to create transformative habits, use challenges as springboards for growth, practice mindfulness to live in the present and make conscious decisions. Now, the next step is in your hands. Choose one of these practices and get started today. Small, consistent actions are what create big changes. Remember, just as the lotus blooms in the most challenging conditions, you too have the power to overcome any obstacle and achieve the life you desire. The mud that tries to hold you back is the same mud that can nurture your growth. Your journey is unique, and each step, no matter how small, is part of the path to reprogramming your mind and unlocking your full potential. If this content was helpful to you, please share it with someone who might also benefit. Sometimes a small message can be the start of a big transformation. And don't forget, the power to change is within you. Like the lotus, you can blossom in any circumstance. See you in the next video.